So we're here at the World Wildlife Zoo and Aquarium, and I have my lovely father to give me a wheelchair ride because I got this awesome pain in my chest and I couldn't walk anymore. So now I have to sit in a wheelchair and get pushed around, and I feel a little ridiculous because I'm not used to this, and it's uncomfortable. And this is just the joys of being sick all the damn time. Is sometimes you gotta lose a little face to get around, and now we're stuck. So originally my vlog this week was supposed to be about questions and common misconceptions about living with a terminal illness such as cystic fibrosis or diabetes. However, a lot of things have just been going on, and I don't feel like I'm able to properly delve into that subject this week. And what seemed more apt and fitting is to kind of just talk about the complications um, of day-to-day living with this sickness. We went to the World Wildlife Zoo and Aquarium down in Phoenix as a far belated birthday celebration for my sister's 18th birthday. And there's a clip that I inserted in there just about how I wasn't able to walk the entire zoo myself. I had to buy a wheelchair, and my parents had to push me because I couldn't walk the whole thing. And it was mainly due to some abdominal pain I was having. But they've also really extended the size of the park. And there's no way I wouldn't have that I would have been able to walk the whole thing. I would have gotten too exhausted, too winded, too tired, too fast. And also I'm just because of everything that's going on, I'm moving a lot slower. So there's no way I would have been able to keep up with everybody either. So this way, my mom was able to push me at whatever pace she wanted to walk at, which was nice for the both of us because I didn't have to hurry to keep up or worry about slowing her down and getting in the way and that sort of thing. So that was a little frustrating, especially because I've never ridden in a wheelchair in public except in a hospital. And it was a little weird for me because it's just not an experience that I'm used to. So some of the other complications are kind of some stuff that I already talked about, like I get winded really easily, out of breath, short of breath. I can't walk very fast. If I do walk for any extended period of time, I get sore quickly. I get tired quickly. Just, I'm not in any decent physical shape whatsoever. And one of my resolutions this year is to get into better physical shape. Not through like going to a gym, but I want to start doing like yoga and meditation and some stuff that's easier on my body because God knows I cannot get on a treadmill and run for half an hour, or I have no muscles for weights. And honestly, I'd probably end up injuring myself in the process of trying to get fit through like a conventional gym. So I'm gonna try doing yoga and see how that goes for me. And hopefully with doing the yoga, I will get in better physical shape so I can do more physical things that I like doing, like hiking and swimming. I want to travel more, and can't do that when you're not in good shape. And what I want to do with my life definitely recommends me being in prime physical condition, to the best of my ability, because I don't feel that even at the peak of my physical fitness, wouldn't compare to most other people's. It's just, I'm on a different level. Definitely not up on the bar with everybody else. So that'll be uh kind of interesting to see how far I can push myself and how far I can go. But I also don't want to push myself too far, too fast. Um, so that makes day-to-day living really hard, is just not being in good physical condition, because you've got to be in at least some physical fitness to do daily things like grocery shopping. Even just walking down to my car is a chore, because I have to go up and down several steps to get down to the parking lot where my car is. And depending on the day I've had and how I feel, if I feel particularly sick or just tired and run down, that can be really, really hard. And sometimes I need someone to help walk me down to the parking lot, because I'm not the most steady on my feet right now. That's another thing, is I haven't driven my car since the beginning of January, I think. And that's been for a couple of reasons. One is I'm on consistent pain medicine, so I don't necessarily feel comfortable driving under the influence, even though it's at like a baseline rate right now. And my body's very used to it, but I also get tired very easily. I can't drive for more than 2 hours, because I will guarantee you I will fall asleep any longer than 2 hours driving in a vehicle, and I have been known to fall asleep at the wheel. So, but also just being tired and run down in general, I don't, driving just seems like such a chore and a task. So I have to have people drive me around, and consequently I don't go a lot of places or do a lot of things, because can't really have my mom, my dad, or my sister just driving me all around town. So and today, I got up around 10:45 and I felt really tired. So I just decided, well, I'll just lay in bed until I feel more awake, and then I'll get up and go about my day. I laid in bed until about noon, and I must have dozed, because then I woke up around 10 past noon, and I was still so tired. So I decided, okay, well, I'm just gonna nap until I'm ready to get back up. And I got up about 1, but I still was really dragging today and felt really just tired and exhausted, and really low energy, and didn't feel like doing a lot, like making the original vlog that I was supposed to make and upload and post today. So I just kind of sat around, really. Then my upper abdominal pain started to kick in, and so then I didn't feel good, and then the lower back pain kicked in. Some of the worst it has been since this all started 6-7 months ago. And it was just completely debilitating and crippling. And my mom came over to pick me up after she got off work, and she had to come up to my apartment and give me anti-nausea meds and my pain medication, and just kind of weather the storm with me, because it was either that or it looked like I almost had to go to the emergency room because it was so bad and the pain pills were not helping. Um so, I could have had plans with somebody today, not that I have people to have plans with, but those definitely would have been canceled on account of how I felt. And I just kind of have to live my life on a day-to-day basis, one foot in front of the other, one moment to the next, that sort of stuff. Right now it's hard for me to make any concrete plans, because it just depends on how I feel that day. And I could have something planned for months, and then that day rolls around and I feel like just utter trash. And so I have to cancel. And so I have to cancel a lot. And so I think I kind of get the reputation as flaky and flighty with my friends because of the amount in which I have to cancel our plans, or another thing is if we're in the middle of our plans, and I have to bow out early because I don't feel good, or I'm late because I didn't feel good. Like yesterday, I had a doctor's appointment at 10:40 in the morning, but I ended up being about 25 minutes late because I was having blood sugar issues, and I can't leave the house with low blood sugar because, especially if I'm driving, that's just as bad, if not worse, than driving drunk. But also, if I don't take care of it, I could just pass out anywhere at any given moment. So pain is mostly the biggest factor in deciding whether I will or won't do something. But also my lung condition on that day also depends on it, or my plans also depend on my lung function that day. And going out to eat, do I feel good enough to eat? Does my stomach hurt? Am I nauseous? Have I just completely lost my appetite, or am I starving and voracious? It literally can change like that. A lot of the complications just come on with no warning. No, like, early signs of, oh man, I think I might have some severe stomach pain later today. I don't know I'm going to have the stomach pain until it's already on top of me and attacking me. That alone just makes things complicated as hell. There's just a lot of complications that go along with having the illnesses that I have. And sometimes they'll slowly creep up on me, and other times it's just, in the blink of an eye, I'm suddenly in pain or exhausted to the point where I can barely keep my eyes open. That's been a problem lately, is I've been so freaking tired. I will just fall asleep in the middle of doing things. Last Thursday, I was at a doctor's appointment and I fell asleep standing up in the waiting room. And I don't think I've ever done that in the entirety of my life. I usually have to get pretty comfy and cozy before I can fall asleep. But I was just standing there waiting to be called back, and my mom, my mom said I fell asleep standing there. So, um, So I'll probably be making a second complications video somewhere down the road, because there's just a never-ending list of complications, and there's new ones that arise every day. But I need to get this vlog out there because it's definitely been too long since I posted, which I apologize for. I'm in the middle of moving back home from my apartment, and so I'm either moving or packing, or I'm exhausted from doing both. So trying to get all this stuff juggled and together. But I think once I finally move in and life settles down a little bit, I might, no promises, but I might be able to be a little more frequent and consistent with these. So thanks for hanging in there with me. Babies.
I don't even know if I'm getting it.
That's funny. Everybody makes that sound when they stop in front of you. Did you hear them?
Yep. Yeah, I wonder if you can see better around the other side.
You might be able to.
Yeah, look.
Oh my
Talking to
goodness.
'em.